Hi, this is Christine with Cocoa Daisy, and today I'm going to share with you my setup for October. And I am using the Autumn Whimsy collection, which is our October kits. Bits and pieces from kind of even some of the memory keeping kits, as well as, of course, the planner kits. So I'm just going to dig in. It is almost mid-month, so I want to get this up for you. So I'm just going to kind of do a quick little flip through, keep it short and sweet. I am using this beautiful Croco, I think is what they call it. And I don't remember the color, what it's called, but this is a Vanderspec. And this is one of my favorite ones. It's so pretty for fall. It's a beautiful warm brown color. And the nice thing about Vanderspecs is that you can customize how you want your planner set up. So you can kind of pick the pocket set up. You can have 2 pen loops if you'd like, and the larger rings, which is my #1 reason for loving the Vanderspecs, is to be able to get the larger rings, because I tend to bulk up my planners. I like to add a lot of layers, and it just makes me happy when I look at my planner. So I'm going to go through, just give you some ideas and show you what I've done. I like to always start out here with the pocket section, and I always build on this with some of my favorite clips that I have. We have one little Simon with his scarf, that's from last year. The mechanical pencil. This was from last month, but I thought it went so well with this kit as well, which is one of the things that we try to do with our kits, to try and have some colors kind of in common so that you can pull things and keep using them, and it just makes it a little easier to use the items in your stash that way. I have the notepad on here, some die cuts. There's this one I actually recycled from last year. I used this last year, so I saved that. A few of the things that I cut out from the printables. Do you hear me? I don't have those with me right now. I kind of really cut them up into pieces, and I didn't want to print out another set until I was sure I was going to use it. So I don't have that to show you, but some of the printables, there's some beautiful extra pieces you can fussy cut from there. I added those in, turned one of the, and you'll see I use these a lot, the journaling cards from the Pocket memory keeping kits. I use these quite a bit in my planner, just as little tuck-ins, or to turn into tags like I did with that one there, or even just to decorate some of my dashboards. So I use these quite a bit. When it's the Halloween, I'll probably put that one in. So those are always just so fun, and just a quick, easy way to decorate your planner as well. Okay, so let me just start flipping through. So that's my pocket section. I have this really pretty big tassel with the little bells on it, and I got that off of Etsy. I've had it for a really long time. I do not remember who I ordered that from, but that's what that is. And then I have this cute little mushroom charm on the end, and I'll show you that when I get to the back, but I just made this. Those were just some cute little mushrooms that I got from, I believe it was Joann's. That's where I got those. So the cover, I always tuck the little packing card in here, and you always get a packing card in your box each month with the kit when it's shipped out. Just talks a little bit about my thoughts behind the month and kind of my ideas. And this month it was, I wanted to do a fall kit with a little bit of a twist. We've done very traditional fall kits for a while, probably the last 2-3 years. Typical pumpkins and leaves, and I love those, but I wanted to make sure and give our subscribers just a little change. And so we still went with some of the beautiful leaves. We changed the colors up just a little bit by adding in these gorgeous teals and some of these purples and kind of Merlot colors. We added those in. And then we added the toadstools and the fairies just to give it this kind of whimsical touch, which is where we get that idea of Autumn Whimsy from for the collection. So this overlay is actually from last year. So again, it harkens back to that notion that you can pull from your stash a little bit. So these weekly pages, and I've been using this for a couple months now, so you'll recognize this if you've been watching my videos. So I use this as a brain dump, and I actually had another set that I was actually using. I didn't want you to see all of my chicken scratching all over these. So I have used these. I just made another set for the video. So I want to make sure you know I do use these, even though it doesn't look like it. I just wanted you to be able to see the pretty bits a little better than all my chicken scratching. So I just date them. I went back in my stash and found some fun little autumn stamps and stamped those. And then what I'll do on the back is just whatever stickers I'm using. I believe these were from the Daisy Weeks sticker set or sticker kit that we offer. And I just put these so that I can write out my menu. And then I just washi tape in a little notepad piece to write out my grocery list. And this has been working great. So I just go in and I brain dump kind of what I want to do for the week, kind of not set in stone, just kind of fill in the spaces of what I'm hoping to do and scheduled stuff. It just helps me visually see my whole week that way. So that's what I use my stripe pages for. Added a few die cuts on that one. And this one you can see where I did use the back of that one a little bit. And then some more stamping. And then again, this was a stamp. This is little Simon with his scarf on, and that was part of the stamp set from last year as well. So that is those. And then this section, and this overlay was part of the classified planner add-on, I believe. So I just use that as a little divider, so it gets me to my, what I use, because there's not enough room on these pages for me to write out my daily tasks, because my daily to-dos fill up the whole daily pages. So what I like to do is I use this section to help me with my memory keeping. So what I will do each week, so on the blank sides, I just stamped this little sketches, and then I can use this if I have an idea for a sketch, like you can see that I have here in my Traveler's Notebook Memory Keeping Kit, or my Simple Dory. I'll put that on there if I have an idea for a sketch for a particular photo or layout, or if it just kind of comes to me. But what I do is I kind of write out just some bullet points of what happened in the day, some of the things that I maybe want to try to remember when I do my journaling. And then if I have a particular photo, I'll add that on there, so I remember to go back and look and print out that photo. So that's what I use these week on 2 pages for. And then the other thing that I wanted to show you, I've started just being able, so I can flip to the weeks kind of, I've added these little tab dividers. And this month I did it with these little leaves. Now these are, I cut these out via the silhouette, and I just mirror cut them. So I cut them so that I could just put them together and create a little tab for each section, for each week. So you could also do that with, if you have a little leaf punch or any sort of shape punch, you can do that. Or like I said, I did these on the silhouette. Trying to think if there's, sometimes with some of the stickers, you can do it with some of the stickers if they're kind of a mirror image, or you could even punch the stickers in a shape, like a hexagon or a circle, and be able to use them that way to make little tabs. So it's just kind of a fun little way to just be able to flip through each week. So I just stamped sketches on there. I have that. Added a few other stamps and some stickers, some die cuts, just to kind of dress those up. Not a whole lot on these pages, because I use them just mainly just to kind of throw down some information. Then when I go back and I do my Simple Dory, because generally when I do my Simple Dory and my Happy Planner, I will I will go through and create everything, and then I'll go back and put the journaling in. It's just easier for me to try and do the journaling all at once. So that way I've got it all written down and I don't forget stuff that I want to try and remember. And then just a little section divider. I added this, was from the printable I cut out. This is one of the dashboards. And the dashboards this month were just so beautiful. I used 2 sets. This is an extra one I have to bring back to the shop, but I used 2 sets of them because they were so pretty. And they come in the personal size and a 5 size, and you can mix and match them. You can use them I use both sizes in my planner. I'll show you some examples of how I've used them on like my bookmark. That's the word I'm looking for. My bookmark, or even subdividers sometimes. So some of these you could even, we've seen some of our customers even frame these, which is really kind of fun. Put that in your crafty room and frame them. They're so beautiful. So here is a divider page. I've got kind of a daily schedule that I put on there just to try and keep me on track a little bit. I added some puffy stickers. These are from September actually, but I thought that kind of Merlot burgundy color went so well. And a few other little die cuts that I cut out. And here's an example of one of those note cards or journaling cards from the Pocket Memory Keeping Kit. And again, I just cut out a couple of little leaves from the printable. It's free, seriously, print it out, use the pretty stuff from the printable. I added my word or phrase, my one little word for the year on the back of the card. And I just kind of tucked that in there. It's just kind of a neat layer. And then this page, I've started using these just for random stuff. Like, for instance, I'll get an email that says Netflix has added a new show, and I'm like, ooh, that looks cool. I don't want to forget it. I don't necessarily have a place to write that information like in one spot, so I would put that on here. Or if I see something, a cute idea, I can jot that down. Maybe an idea for a layout, I can write it in here. Product idea that pops in my head. So this is it's just random stuff. So it's like the perfect header for that. It's just random stuff. So I just put that on there. And then the calendar page, and these little banners, these little die cuts came in the main planner kit set of die cuts. And I thought they were so cute, so I made the little bunting. And all I did was I turned them over so the wrong side was facing up, put a little bit of white glue along the edge, and then laid my little twine on top, and I just left it sit. And then once it dried, then I had the little string attached, and I had the little bunting or banner to put on there. So that turned out really cute. I used the Alpha stamp set from the Traveler's Notebook Memory Keeping Kit to stamp on here. And what was fun about this is that you actually get 3 sets of stamps out of this, or 3 Alpha sets, because you have the solid and you have the outline. So you can use these individually, but then you can also layer them. So it actually gives you the option of 3 different stamp sets with this. And this was in the Traveler's Notebook Memory Keeping Kit. And then the numbers that match the font were in the Pocket Memory Keeping Kit. So those were fun. So I stamped those on there, and then I had some little leaves, and then the little dash marks from an older stamp set to kind of denote that shipping was this week. And yeah, shipping started on the 7th this week, because the 5th, which is when we normally start, was a Saturday, and I was at my oldest son's school making pies. So anyway, we started shipping on the 7th. I just added a few of the little, there's some die cuts on here, and again, some more of the little from the printable that I cut out and added those on there. I didn't really have to add a lot on here. This was such a beautiful spread. Jamie did just such a beautiful job with the artwork on here. Really didn't need to add a whole lot to it. And then the planning forward page. So if you have appointments or anything that you need to remember for the upcoming months, you can put these on here and then transfer them over if need be. I added a few of the little puffy stickers from the, I think those were in the Traveler's Notebook Memory Keeping Kit or the Pocket Kit, one or the other. And then I just tucked in, I just thought this was such a pretty card. I just kind of tucked that in there. I thought it looked pretty. And again, I just love using those little cards. They're so fun to just tuck in. And one of the dashboards, I just added a little die cut flower, raised it up with a little foam adhesive just for a little bit of layering dimension on there. And this is when you get your, sorry, turn that off. When you get your daily pages, so it will start with this page facing forward. And so what I do is I actually cover that up with a dashboard, just so it kind of, it starts it and you don't have this rogue page just kind of laying out there. So we're talking about the daily spread. Sorry, I had to grab the phone a minute. Mr. Daisy is up at the shop installing some stuff for us. We have some construction that's going to be happening, so he is up there. That's why he's not here with me. He is up at the shop handling Mr. Daisy other stuff, his big long to-do list. So anyway, so I'm back, and so the daily pages, which, let me find you an open one that's not full of stuff. Here we go. So the daily pages are meant to be a 2-page spread. And the way that that's set up is you've got your must-do, call or email to-do list, schedule, hydrate, 50-minute pickup meals, and then notes and ideas. So the way that I use it is any calls or emails that I have to make sure I remember to do, I put here. The must-do, these are the things that I've got to get done that day. So the most important must-dos go here, the rest of my to-do list here, and then the schedule portion I use if I have a doctor's appointment or the kids have an appointment, anything that has a specific scheduled time frame, I will put down here. So there's lots of ways that you can adapt these to work for you. You can easily cover these up with some stickers, a little piece of washi tape, and write your own headers on those, or just kind of adapt them to how you need. In fact, you could even go through and time these and use these for hour increments through the day if your day is broken down real specific per hour. Meals, I write in what we're going to have for dinner. The 15-minute pickup, what I will do is to try and just keep the house from becoming cluttered and chaotic and messy. I will try and do one 15-minute pickup in the morning. Generally, that's kind of one of the first things I do after I have my coffee. The kids have gone off to school, have my cup of coffee, I write out my day, and then I do a 15-minute pickup, whether that's throw in a load of wash, fold a load of wash, wipe down a bathroom counter, just small things like that that you can do daily, and it just kind of keeps you on top of the clutter and the chaos in the house, and that helps a lot. This notes and ideas section, generally what ends up happening here is if I need to make a quick list, if I need to write down a thought of something that I need to think about, an idea I have for something that I just don't want to forget that popped in my head, I'll write that over here. The other thing that I may write over here is if I'm on the phone and I need to remember a phone number or a date or a time or something, I'll quick jot that down on here and then transfer it over to my calendar. So this is just this nice open space that you can use for just so many things. So that's how my daily to-do works for me, is having all of this great space for that. Now, a lot of people don't like as much space, or they don't want to have to carry around as big of a planner. This, I have to tell you, doesn't really go anywhere with me. This stays pretty much at my desk, well, between my desk and my nightstand. So between there and the kitchen table is where this, but it doesn't really leave the house. So that's why I'm able to have all of the decoration and so on in it. What I do for travel is I have a standard dory that I keep in my purse, and I will write down things that pop in my head, or if I'm somewhere and I need to write lists, or I need to mull over ideas for product or that kind of thing, I will write that in there. So I do have that planning system that's kind of more on the go for me. But this is my work planner. So I just wanted to show you a few of the things that I did. So I have my little to-do list. This was from the printable, and I typed that up and sent it through. I added one of the cute engraved cork pieces on there, and I just put some the pretty pattern paper on the back, and I tuck in some of my notepad sheets, so I have those because I'm constantly making other lists. For instance, like the one that I just made for Mr. Daisy. So I have that on there. One of the 4x6 note cards, again from the journaling cards from the Pocket Memory Keeping Kit. And I turned into this large tag, and I ran it sideways this month. Added the little string on. It just adds this kind of fun texture and layer in the kit. I took one of the cards from the planner add-on kit. I gave it this little scallop edge, and then I turned it into a pocket to hold a few of the sticky notepad. I didn't want to have that much bulk, so I just have a few of them that I've torn off the main sheet there, or the main pad there, and then I just kind of tuck them in there, and I have them if I need them. I made this fun pocket, and the planner papers are big enough that I was able to just do this all in one cut on my silhouette. So it's nice that we have those larger papers in the planner kit now. I added this, I had this beautiful trim that I had to, in fact you can see I used it twice because I thought it was just so pretty and it went so well. The pretty golden yellow tones of the kit. So I have the little pocket, added another one of those cork pieces. One of these, the planner add-on had these fun embroidery sticker patches and of these leaves, and I thought that looked really pretty on there. I just tuck in some of my stickers on here that I'm using. You can see some of those sheets are almost empty. And then again, one of the note cards. This has got the calendar on it, so it's just easy for me to reference. And our fun little Simon, and he's from the classified planner add-on. And then my bookmark, I had a lot of fun with this. I cut out the main bookmark, and we have this silhouette die cut for the bookmark. We have that in the store. I think it's under freebies in the digital section, and you can download that for free and use it on your silhouette or your die cut machine. So I cut that out of the pattern paper, and then I added one of the personal dashboards. And then I added, this is one of the stickers from one of the planner, I think it's the planner sticker kit along the bottom. That's just kind of this little diagonal stripe. And then I layered a piece of chipboard. The chipboard is from the Pocket Memory Keeping Kit. So I layered those on, and then I still had this line up at the top, and it was kind of bothering me. Yes, it blended with the paper, but I don't know, it just was kind of bothering me. So I got out my tiny little leaf punch, if you can see that, and I punched out a bunch of these cute little leaves from one of the pattern papers, and then I just layered them. So it looks like a little leaf pile, and then it looks like they're just kind of trailing down on the bookmark, and I think that turned out really cute. Some of them have a little bit of foam adhesive just to kind of add some of that dimension and kind of show the little leaves are falling. If I turn it, I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can see that a little bit. And then on the other side, I fussy cut out one of the die cuts from the printable, from the free printable. I cut out another piece of paper. This is paper from my stash. This was not from any of the kits. And then I layered on, we had these really pretty doilies in that beautiful wood grain pattern, and I just kind of cut that and put that on each side of one of the note cards, and layered on that die cut on top, and I think that turned out really pretty. Daily pages, and this is just a little prayer devotional card that I've laminated and put in. And then again, this is a printable that I printed out, and then I added kind of my long monthly to-dos. I added a few of the little puffy stickers on here, and then some of the die cuts, and that turned out really pretty. Some of the pattern paper on back, and then again, another journaling card. And this is one of my favorite things to do with these journaling cards, is just put them on the back of my dashboards. Super simple, easy way to decorate them. So there's not a lot of bulk added. You don't have to think a whole lot about design and layout and how to make it look right. You just kind of plunk one on there and it looks good. Excuse me. Then we're going to go through and I'll show you the rest of my dashboards. So I have this one, and the colors are just so beautiful. I added some pattern paper to the back of that one. And then we have this one. And then again, I added some of that pretty little trim along the bottom. I just used a little bit of white glue and pattern paper and a note card. Same idea, pattern paper and a note card. And then this one, I added a couple more of those little adhesive leaves. I thought they looked pretty on there over here by the little saying. And then pattern paper and a note card. And something new that we're offering is, for those of you that love to do different kinds of trackers, if you do bullet journaling or even just a mood tracker, any sort of habit tracker, exercise tracker, weight tracker, there's so many different things that you could use. Sleep is one that I use it for a lot of times, or migraines or headaches, it's another one to use it for. But we have a set in the store. These are not free. These are $1.99, and I believe there's 5 or 7 pages. I don't remember, but there's all various sizes. So you can print them out and you can use whatever size you need. They'll fit all of the Dory booklets as well as the ring bound pages as well. So this is something new we have, and every month we will have one that matches that will match the theme of the kit or the season. And this one actually is meant to match November, but because it's leaves, I thought it went really well with October as well. So I just printed it out and used it this month too. So you can use it this month and next month. So it's got your little color key, so you can start using that. So I haven't decided what I want to use mine for yet. I'm kind of torn. So I just have to think about it. I'm kind of halfway through the month. I need to get busy on that. I just put some pattern paper on the back because I had just printed mine out on just regular thin printer paper. It's kind of flimsy, so I added the pattern paper to the back. And in the, I'm trying to remember which kit these were in, so I'm not going to tell you because I don't remember. It was either classified planner add-on or the planner add-on. Were the pen loops this month, and so I added that on just a thicker sheet of acrylic on there just to hold that, because I like to have another pen loop for my highlighter. So that is my planner setup. I wanted to show you the pouch this month though too. So we did this beautiful gold, isn't that pretty? This gold houndstooth pattern. And this is so pretty. This could easily be, I mean, I've used these as clutches, or if I need a small little clutch to go out to dinner, if we go out with drinks or something like that, then I'll use this. And this one is definitely one you could use that for. This is so pretty, totally fashionable. So that's my little pencil pouch for this month. So that is October. Again, it's just kind of a quick run through. There's a few ideas in here. If you're familiar with my system at all, a lot of this is probably not new to you. I'm pretty set in my ways at what works for me. I do try and throw in a few little new ideas, so I hope that you've enjoyed that, and I hope that you are enjoying your Autumn Whimsy collection as much as I am, and I can't wait to show you November's. So I'll have that up and going here hopefully by the beginning of the month. We're going to try. So thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next month.